Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another scene in Salem by Night. The scene is set with our dear Lucy Vesper currently wandering around the hallways and corridors of the local university. She's been contacted by one Marcus Green, who is very, very interested in her singing abilities, especially around particular sessions, and so just kindly asked if she would do do anything. Come in, just sit down, just do what naturally comes about the dust time. She, being rather curious, and then just being the gentlewoman that she usually is, for one reason or another, chose to oblige. And here she goes ahead and wanders looking for a music room A7. She goes through a few of them, but it becomes quite obvious which one it is. As a matter of course, she enters the establishment with, well, some colorful lights, some shadowing, a piano, many guitars, some sound equipment, but mostly a soundproof booth over yonder. And pretty much seated at the piano is our good Marcus Green. And there we begin our scene.
Lucy will knock on the door before entering. And because, as you can see, there is a rather large glass pane on the door, he is well aware that it is her knocking on the door.
You'll get waved in.
And she'll make her way inside, closing the door behind her, and head over towards the piano where he is sitting. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. I hope you found the place all right.
Yes, it was a little bit confusing at first, but I asked directions from a rather charming young man, and he pointed me in the right direction.
Good. Glad you actually went ahead and came out. I've heard you sing once or twice before, and I just wanted to see if you'd be open for it to be recorded. I got the equipment set up here. Well, actually, you notice that there's quite a large boxes and crates, stuff that most students would go ahead and lug around during concerts and the like. He goes ahead and opens one out and starts to fiddle with it, trying to find something. You look inside, looks like a mess of tangles, of cables, of other sound equipment. And eventually, Marcus goes ahead and gives an exasperated sigh and closes it up, obviously not finding what he wanted to find.
So the recordings are so people can listen to it later, like when it is put on the YouTube?
Goes ahead and turns around. Yeah, exactly.
I don't see why that would be objectionable.
Hmm, awesome. Uh, no, I just wanted to make sure that I had the artist's permission to go ahead and record it and just start distributing it. Well, not distributing it, but sharing it.
Is there some specific method to recording the sound? She'll look around a bit confused because she hasn't really had to deal with this issue before.
All right. Marcus goes ahead and closes up the book in front of him, and well, we'll go ahead and start to guide you with a hand to the small of your back over to the sound booth room. In the sound booth room, there is a pair of headphones that just sort of hang down from the ceiling. You notice that the walls are covered in very, very interesting padding. You might not understand it, but these are definitely soundproofing panels. To you, they just look like an interesting bit of foam. Have you ever seen that before? And he goes ahead and directs you to the headset.
She'll take the headset and put that on because she has seen people using headphones before.
Goes ahead and gives you the thumbs up. He goes ahead and walks to the outside of the sound booth. There's a little bit of a there is very, very plain glass between you and him, and probably some electronic monitoring equipment. He goes ahead and taps a microphone in front of him, and you hear a tap, tap, tap in your earpiece.
She'll look around for a moment, then realise that it's coming from the earphones. And she'll give him a bit of a slightly embarrassed smile, like she realises she should have known that, but she didn't.
There's a faint click. Click off. Markus says something to himself. Click back on. Comfy in there?
I suppose so, yes.
It's always a little bit stuffy. Sometimes they have to ask the attendants to go and bring the AC down a few degrees. Do you feel comfortable?
She'll nod.
Good.
So I just start singing?
Yeah. You go ahead and give me a signal. I'll start recording, and you can start singing.
Okay. And she'll give him a thumbs up.
All right. You hear a click in the headset, and then you don't hear anything else.
She'll pause slightly just to be sure, and then she will start singing. And she will be singing a lullaby. Which I can play now if you would like.
Absolutely.
Although I probably can't play too much of it because of various YouTube rules.
Mm-hmm.
Lay down your head and I'll sing you a lullaby back to the years of lonely life, and I'll sing you to sleep, and I'll sing you tomorrow. Bless you with love for the road that you go.
And the link to the whole of the song that she will be quite happily singing is in the chat for you if you would like.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead and sing this lullaby as you have done so many times before. And I'm assuming you instinctually do you have to sing in a particular direction?
No, because it is not currently dusk.
Fair enough.
So when it is dawn and when it is dusk, she sings it in the direction of the sun. But for the time being, she is just singing because she likes to sing.
You go on for a few different verses. You can definitely tell that Marcus is very, very appreciative of this music. Um, doesn't ask you to stop. If you continue on, if you can stop for like 3 seconds, he has to jostle himself to awareness.
She'll sing about probably 3 or 4 songs. If he hasn't asked her to stop, there'll be like short pauses between them. But yeah, she'll sing 3 or 4 songs and then she'll stop completely, giving him a bit of a self-conscious look. Like she's trying to figure out how long she's supposed to keep singing and what exactly is going on.
The look on Marcus's face was kind of drifting off, as if he was just like you were actually putting him to very, very restful sleep. But as soon as you go ahead and stop, he goes ahead and pops his eyes open, notices that you're like wanting for instruction, and he goes ahead and clicks the microphone on. You hear the click in your head. Yeah, that was good. That was real good.
Thank you. Did it record properly? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Hold on a second. Keep your ears on. You hear the click the mic in your head, and in your headset you hear your own voice and your own music. Those last 4 odd songs through your headset.
She'll smile as she listens.
There's a click of the headset again. So is that just what you do?
Pretty much. I have been attempting to learn some newer songs, but yes, I simply sing the songs that I know and that fit with the occasion and the mood at the time.
And question: does Lucy tend to have exaggerated mannerisms, or does she go ahead and stand very, very still and let her voice do most of the work?
When she sings, she doesn't exactly have exaggerated mannerisms so much as you can almost feel it flowing through her. There is some movement, but it's not like she's swaying or gesturing. It's just the way that the voice is moving through her and shaping her face and her posture and everything.
Okay. Very, very subtle movements, but with a lot of power behind them.
Yes. Think concert performers.
Okay, I can definitely imagine that. Well, the reason I asked that question is Marcus goes ahead and clicks on the microphone again and simply says, "You don't tend to move a lot." That's not bad. It's just it is definitely a valid style.
It used to be very important that I was where I needed to be.
You were instructed and trained to stand very, very still when you gave your music.
Aside from the occasional step, yes.
That sounds very restricting.
It was. But then the entire place was fairly restricting.
So your school was restricting? Like, what kind of training did you get?
Well, I began learning singing and piano from my mother, and then instructors were brought in when I grew older. And then I had a very, very long time to practice.
What happened?
I had little else to do.
There's a click of the mic inside your headset as you see Marcus goes ahead and grab his chin for a little bit and think. He clicks it back on. Would you like to see how I go ahead and perform? He says with a smile on his face.
I think I would appreciate that very much. And she will smile back.
Come back over here. I'll show you how the equipment works.
She'll nod and she'll take the headphones off and put them back where they were when they came into the room and make her way through to the main music room again.
All right. Marcus is going to go ahead and show you the equipment setup and try to go ahead and give you instruction. Now, everything is set up to record. This instead of doing anything else. He goes ahead and clicks on and off the dial. The green light says that your mic is hot. The red light says your mic is off. This button right here on this computer goes ahead and starts the recording and stops the recording software. Do you know how that works?
Not especially, but if the button simply makes it start and stop, that seems fairly self-explanatory. Does the microphone generate heat when it is recording?
No. I mean, a little. All electronics, produce a little bit of heat, but nothing that you can notice.
Then why would the microphone be hot?
Hot means like it's transmitting, it's recording, it's making sound go through.
Oh, okay.
Marcus is going to go ahead and take you by the shoulders and go ahead and seat you in front of the equipment. Go ahead and place your hand on the mouse over there, and your other hand on the mic flippy switch. You think you got it?
I push the button to make it start, and I push the button again to make it stop.
Mm-hmm. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up like you understand.
She'll give him a thumbs up.
Cool. Awesome. Wonderful. And Marcus is going to go ahead and depart, disappear quite briefly. Go ahead and run into the room quite energetically. And when he goes ahead and puts on the headphones, you can see that he goes ahead and loosens up quite a bit. And he looks to you.
And she'll look right back at him, waiting for him to indicate in some way.
Fair enough. Let's see.
If he gives her a gesture that he's ready, she'll push the button and give him a thumbs up.
You're watching him through the glass, and you notice that he's sweating just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Must be that AC broken, right?
Might be.
All right. Because I feel this is appropriate. And you, my good ma'am, have already proven yourself many, many times before with your 11 dice to this roll. I'll go ahead and roll my own dice. Since this is the first time it's been recorded on camera.
Go ahead.
I'll definitely spin a willpower point. Because again, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my damn hardest.
Aw.
Trying to be impressive. All right, presence expression.
Yep.
All right, presence of 3, expression of 4. There is no musical equipment, so I don't get the specialty. So that's 7 dice plus the 3 for the willpower. Let's see what happens. Rolling.
Do you want me to roll for mine as well?
If you'd like. I already know how phenomenal your performance is, and then get to the matter of course. Okay. Ones do not retract from the roll.
Oh. Not her best song, but 3 successes is reasonable.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes on my roll. That's a dramatic
Nice.
success.
So
yeah.
He pulled it off really well.
Yes. You can see he's very, very expressive. He moves and he jives. He's actually performing a rendition of Shake It Off from the vintage box that you can go ahead and see in the chat. But yeah, he's moving, he's shaking, he's snapping his fingers. He's looking up, he's looking down. He's looking, pretty much looking like every single where. Every time he looks at you, he gives you a bit of a wink, a bit of a fucking smile as he goes into the next verse over and over and over again.
And every time he gives her a smile, Lucy will give him a smile back. Though she does look slightly concerned by just how much he is jumping around.
He goes into one more song, but you can tell like halfway through this next song, Rude, also by on the vintage box in the chat, he's starting to lose his edge just a tiny bit. The exhaustion is starting to wear on him as he goes on and on. Let's see how well he can actually do with 2 dots of stamina. Nope. He does not get any successes as he sort of exhausts himself going into the third song, starts to move a little bit less.
This is another reason why Lucy doesn't jump around a lot and move much.
But again, after he gives his performance, he goes ahead and starts to relax, to chill off, go ahead and roll his shoulders a little bit and look to you. He goes ahead and like throws his hands up and like does the switchy motion.
She'll nod and push the button to turn the recording thing off and give him another thumbs up.
Cool. He starts to go ahead and headphones up, walk out. Okay. How's that?
That was very dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Quite an impressive performance, if a little large.
Little. He goes ahead and cracks his head for a little bit because he doesn't understand that term.
She said a little large. Yeah, everywhere.
Goes ahead and looks towards you, leans into you and says, you know, some say that the brightest candle burns out quicker, but all I can think is it takes a bright candle to feel anything, right?
The brightest lights do not always burn out faster. You simply need to look at the sun to know that.
goes ahead and looks at you. Man, the sun is a very, very bright light in the sky, but it's not the brightest. Just looks the brightest to us because we're closer to it.
That is very true.
There are hotter and brighter stars all the way out there, he says, pointing towards the window, and you can presume off into the sky. They're a million times hotter and have very, very short lifespan considering our sun.
That is very true. But you always have to compare the apparent magnitude with the actual magnitude.
The apparent magnitude of the sun is very, very bright.
Minus
However,
27.
Say again?
Minus 27.
Where'd you learn that?
I know a reasonably large amount about stars.
Tell me more. You notice that there is a second rolly seat that is also not as good as the big comfy one that you're currently sitting on, but Markus takes it, places it under his butt, sits down, gestures for you to continue.
Well, the sun has the highest apparent magnitude, obviously followed by the moon when it is bright, and then Venus. Venus is the third most bright object in the skies, and it appears near the morning and the evening, and has many, many names. But the brightest of the true stars, other than the sun, is Sirius. It is at minus 1.5. And she'll look at him like, I'm not entirely sure what it is you want to know, but
He seems rather impressed. He didn't realize that you would actually have any kind of scientific knowledge to you. That one took him by left field.
especially considering how much she doesn't know.
I've only been a little bit interested in astronomy and astrology, but astrology, it's not really a hard science, is it?
No, it is more a matter of the occult.
True. Most I know about astrology is the constellation signs. Let's see, what sign were you born under?
Virgo.
Early September or late August?
Mid-September.
I was actually born on the tip of August.
Which specific day?
August 31st.
September the 15th. I'm told that apparently it is one of the most common of birthdays.
Oh, think about it this way. It's 9 months away from the darkest season. Some people, well, presumably find more comfort with each other inside, and there are plenty of opportunities to, well, go ahead and start a happy little accident.
Ideally, no child would be an accident. But hopefully, accidental or deliberate, they will be loved.
That's the thing. It takes a little bit of advice from me. You always say congratulations. Always. No matter the circumstances of the pregnancy. You always say congratulations. Even if it was unplanned, even if the circumstances are less than ideal. Gotta say congratulations. I had one or two brothers that got in trouble with girls, and the only thing I could really say to them is congratulations.
None of my brothers had children. My sister did.
So you're an aunt.
She'll nod.
Wonderful. Do you have a niece or a nephew?
Niece.
I have a niece as well. Little monkey. She's about, I don't know, 5 years old now? Yeah, 5 years old.
Dawn is 16.
Who?
Dawn.
Dylan is 16. I guess you have to deal. Is she a rebellious teenager? Are you the cool aunt?
We are still working that out. I have only recently met her.
Congratulations. I'm sorry if I'm bringing up some really damn sore subjects. I didn't mean to.
I'm fine. It is something that I will work on. Family is important enough to be worth working on.
Well, that's certainly a healthy attitude to have. What do you know about her? Or are you just beginning to get in contact with her?
I have known her for around a month and a half now.
Ah, so very new.
She is an intelligent girl. She has made some mistakes, but she has learned from them.
That's very good. And your sister?
My sister died a while ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It is something I have had to come to terms with.
So did you find your niece through a sort of agency? Was she being well taken care of?
I suppose so. Yes. What of your family?
I have, well, the one younger brother, the one older brother, the two half brothers, and extended family. Parents married, divorced, married again, that kind of nonsense. I keep close in contact with a few of them. They're the ones I go ahead and smile and wave at every time we have a reunion. The one with the niece I keep close watch on. I like him. There's, you all gotta love your brothers.
Well, it is good that you have such a large family and that you can gather for reunions.
Is it not much the same with you?
No. No, I have lost most of mine. But it is good that I have found some again.
That seems like a story all on its own about how you got estranged.
It is a story, but it is one which I fear would end up being somewhat incomplete.
How so? I mean, is it entirely your story or is it somebody else's? I'm sorry to pry. You probably didn't want this conversation turning this way.
She'll shrug. It is quite all right to ask. It is simply that there are large portions of it which I would not be able to tell you, and as such, the rest of it would make significantly less sense.
It doesn't necessarily have to make sense. I mean, there's tons of stories that I've got that don't necessarily make all of them out of sense, but doesn't mean it didn't happen. Doesn't change the way that I felt about them and still feel about them.
This is true. I suppose I could simply say that I was taken from my family, and when I returned, most of them had passed on.
That must have been very hard for you.
It was in many ways, but in many others I had lost them long before that.
I think I can only imagine that.
Well, I'm sure that we can both hope that it remains purely an imaginary construct to you.
Or to anybody that I actually care about.
This is true. It would be good if no one was taken from their family.
I guess you're taking the right amount of steps to go ahead and take back what was taken from you. And I gotta say, Miss Lucy Vesper, you're quite a strong woman.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Good. You probably get this line from many, 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 many people.
No. There are a few that have commented on my strength.
What did they comment on?
Looks, antiquated behaviour, general disapproval of my attitude towards modesty and chastity, mocking of my faith, but there are a few that have commented on strength.
The few that comment on your strength are probably very, very wonderful people to remain in contact with.
She'll smile and chuckle slightly.
You know what? The next time you come in here, and you're invited here, like whenever you want to, actually, but I would appreciate a call beforehand. But the next time I got you in here, how about I come up with a song list for you? And how about I try to go ahead and show you some moves? Would you like that?
I do enjoy dancing.
Goes ahead and looks at you. Really?
Yes. I may
Sure.
not have adjusted entirely to the music that is popular at a lot of places, but I do enjoy dancing.
The next time you're here, I'm definitely going to go ahead and have some do dance music set up, club and like classical. What kind of what would you prefer?
Well, I should like to learn more about the current moves, although a lot of them seem to involve rather a lot of physical contact.
Do you find that distasteful, discomforting, lacking style?
I suppose so. Perhaps all of those things. But predominantly, it is that certain intimacies are best reserved for those with whom you share the emotional connection.
Do you believe if you had an emotional connection with your dance partner, you could perform those moves?
It is possible, although I'm still not certain how comfortable I would be with doing them around certain other people. It would depend on the moves. Some of them were rather graphic.
Understandable. But the classic stuff, what do you like about that?
I like the smoothness of the movement and the way in which the music is reflected in the dance. I like the way that it almost feels as if you are floating within the melody.
The way the melody just goes ahead and takes you. How every small little movement, the arms, the legs of your partner is perfectly set to the tempo. Pump, step, pump, step, pump, swing, pump, step, pump, dip.
And how it can almost feel as though the music is flowing out through your limbs to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. It will spread itself out across the space in which you're moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are your hands? Where is Lucy's hand at the moment?
Currently, they are clasped in front of her.
Okay. Class in front of her as she's sitting facing Markus?
Yep.
All right. When you mention the way the music goes ahead and travels across your arm to your fingertips, that goes ahead and makes Marcus a little bit bolder. They'll actually go ahead and clasp your hands, and if you let them, go ahead and start to bring them out as if what you're saying, the music flowing through the limbs to the fingertips. And at full extension, again, if you allow it, he'll go ahead and tickle you by just twiddling his fingers just a little bit.
She'll let that happen, though she doesn't look entirely comfortable with it. It's more that she's accepting of the discomfort. It very much seems like something she is adjusting to, but doesn't necessarily disapprove of.
Okay. And afterwards, he'll go ahead and let you have your hand back to do what you want with it, whether you want to go ahead and let it hang there or immediately spring back to your lap.
She'll let her hand hang there for a moment, and the the shape of the fingers, the way in which she holds her hand, because he is interested in performance, it will probably remind you fairly strongly of the manner in which ballet dancers tend to hold their hands.
Mhm.
The subtle kind of the subtle grace and delicacy of it that is just in the way that the fingers are positioned. It's a little hard to describe if you don't know exactly what I mean to begin with.
I can certainly imagine.
But she will let it hang there for a moment before putting it back into her lap. I take it you enjoy dancing as well?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not like schooled in it or anything like that. I'm not a professional in it. Usually, I work mostly on the like I said, the sound equipment. But sometimes I can bust out a rhyme. Sometimes I can bust out a move. I'll tell you this much. When I look at the student body around me, there are wonderful, wonderful talents out there, brilliant, brilliant potentials out there, and used to count myself as one of their number, like really, really energetic, really, really got the potential. But I don't know, it's there. That raw talent is definitely there, but points to the musical equipment. Somebody's got to stay behind. Somebody's got to record things, and I got a mind to do it. These poor schmucks, he says, pointing outside, ain't got no idea what a diode is.
Yeah, there will be a slightly blank look on her face, like she doesn't know either. But she'll just kind of shrug slightly.
I like to dance. I like to sing. I don't think I'll ever be a professional at it, but I do have some talent in it.
If there was a competition, would you be likely to enter?
To show my stuff, yeah.
I do not know if it will progress anywhere, but there was some discussion of a spring festival come the beginning of April that
Sounds nice.
might well include some competitions for musical performance and dance and the like.
That sounds interesting enough. You said you don't know if anything's going to become of it.
I am not in the position to make the decisions, just that I was asked for some suggestions regarding stimulating the artistic community somewhat.
Stimulating the artistic community. Dumping money is always something you could definitely do, he says, scratching his chin and nodding. Yep, could definitely dump a lot of money into the music program. Uh-huh. They donate an entire wing to you. It's been happened before.
Well, I can certainly pass that suggestion along. I think
Because of that raise it, I don't expect you guys to have a boatload of money. It's a joke.
I honestly do not know how much money he has or not to devote to this endeavor. But I rather think that something that encourages connection and community while also encouraging the arts would perhaps be a better focus.
Who is this he who's putting this stuff on?
Lucio. He is the deputy mayor
Okay, Lucio, the deputy mayor, is wanting to put on a spring court in order to stimulate the local art and
Did you
music
just say
community.
spring court? Because she
No,
said
no,
spring
that's
festival.
yeah. Hmm, I must have misheard that. Uh,
No, I'm just out of
Scratch.
character asking, did he just say spring court?
No, he should have said spring festival if that's the term that you're using.
Okay, yeah, that's okay then.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I don't know what the mayor's office or the local town hall wants to, or well, hmm, I guess if they want to raise the local music community, that's entirely up to them.
I did say the artistic community. It will be more
Mm,
than just music. As I
okay.
said, there will also be dancing and likely artistic competitions along the lines of painting and baking and any other such things that are suggested. Though, as I said, it is down to him what he decides to carry forward.
Fair enough. When's this thing supposedly taking off, or do you not even know that?
Again, it is something that will be um, will be down to him to decide. My suggestion was for the 2nd of April, but he may aim to make it earlier or later, more likely earlier.
Hmm, fair enough. So most of this stuff is still in the drawing boards. I'll understand that, but thank you for giving me a heads up.
She'll smile. You very much seem to be a part of the community itself and thus likely to be able to gather any suggestions. She'll shrug.
I can go ahead and walk the halls and see what other people want to see, what they would appreciate in a spring festival.
I'm sure that any information you can gather would be appreciated. And she'll smile again. Because she wasn't intending to ask him to do it, but since the topic came up.
Alright. He's gonna go ahead and shake himself off a little bit, get out of his plastic chair, roll it back to where it once was.
She'll stand up from her chair as well.
I don't mean to scoot you out of here too soon, but I got some deliveries that I'm gonna have to handle, and it's gonna be a lot of paperwork, a lot of moving of boxes. I mean, unless you want to go ahead and stay and like lift some crates, looking at your skinny frame. He is looking at your skinny frame, I should say.
She'll smile and shrug slightly. I'm afraid I'm not the most used when it comes to more demanding physical activities.
Fair enough. Go on, Miss Lucy. Thank you for coming by and, well, singing me one or two songs. I'll go ahead and cherish it. In fact, he goes over to his the recording equipment and the computer. goes ahead and starts the recording and the burning software to go ahead and burn a CD. It takes all about 5 minutes, and you can see from where you're standing right now, at least, there's a progress bar that goes 10, 20, 30, 40 until all the way complete, done, 100%.
She'll just watch him looking very mildly confused. And she will still look mildly confused when he gives her the CD. Thank you.
Black permanent marker goes on the unburnt side, says LV 2016 215.
She'll smile. Take the CD. Still look a little bit confused about what it is, but she will take it. Thank you.
Very welcome. Take that with you. Go. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
And you as well. I hope that you are able to settle all of your equipment to your satisfaction.
He goes ahead and shrugs and gestures towards the crates at the other end of the room next to the piano. Oh, I'm going to be busy with this for a long time.
Well, hopefully it will all be worth it when it is finished.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it better be. Oh, it better be.
And she'll smile and she'll make her way out of the university.
Mm-hmm.
And she won't get lost this time.
Not lost this time. Hooray! Well, pretty much leaves you to go ahead and do the outro.
So as Lucy makes her way off to go and do other things and go and ask Mel what the shiny disc thing is, presumably Markus is listening to music as he unpacks his boxes. And there the scene will end.